Hey, what's going on, my fellow Homo sapiens? This is KB the Imperfect, talking about my life lessons for your progression. So I deeply apologize because I said 3 weeks ago that I was going to start to talk more and more about introversion. But I actually ran into some introversion classic kryptonite and also just kind of mindset stuff. So as I did that post, I was a little shocked by the response, and I appreciate the love. But the thing is, I was so much into my head about what I wanted to talk about that I missed my deadline. And then sometimes that's what happens with introverts. We're so in our inner world, but sometimes we overthink, and sometimes that overthink gets us to not proceeding into action. And so for my fellow introverts out there who are like that, yeah, there's really no only other cure is that you gotta get out of your head. But that's just me, so I just apologize with that. But now let me pivot to something that's really on my heart. This whole notion, and I see sometimes with these on these social media posts and stuff, and people are talking about, I used to be an introvert, but I'm not anymore. I grew out of it. That gets on my last nerve. As if introversion is some type of affliction and it's associated with shyness. So I had to really go back and I had to do a little research on my own too. And I'm looking up the definition of shyness. I'm just going back to the facts, the definition, right? Shyness means being reserved, having or showing nervousness in the company of other people. That has nothing to do with introversion. That might be related to introversion, but that has nothing to do with introversion because extroverts experience that as well. So I want to kind of hip you to maybe a little bit what more introverts really are thinking when you're saying that they're shy and stuff like that. And I want to throw out the word unbothered. So let me tell you what unbothered means. It's showing or feeling a lack of concern about an interest in something. So basically, a lot of us introverts out there that you think are shy, we ain't shy. We just have a lack of concern about hanging out with people in a large group, especially if it's not of something that is of substance. If it's more like kind of just novelty and small talk, we don't like that. We just don't want to hang out with you at that time because it saps so much energy. And so that's one of the main reasons that I'm tripping off of that, because shyness and introversion does not have one to do with another. And then another thing a lot of people kind of hit me up with is like, no, again, you're an extrovert. No, I'm not an extrovert. It's just when I experience, or a lot of my fellow compatriots that are of the introvert persuasion are hanging out with other people in 1 to 2 or 3 group settings of a common interest, we get excited about it because we like to have things of substance, targeted focus, and enthusiasm. So party people in the place to be. Susan, love you. How you doing? Miss you. Party people in the place to be again. Introversion is not shyness. Maybe it's more related to unbotheredness. So remember that when you're talking to introverts today, because I got to spread the word as the introverts advocate, and we got to change some things. So as always, guys, I want to see you win. And as I said in the beginning, in several variations, I will say, introverts unite when we feel like it. Peace out to the extroverts too.